Ask yourself the next time you think about retiring and you're sure you'll want to sell your business, what would attract a buyer to your home improvement company? Well, it's not your office, your vehicles, or your team. So, what's your biggest asset? First, an asset is any resource with economic value that an individual or company owns or controls with the expectation that it will provide future benefit. Your accountant lists your company assets on the balance sheet, consisting of the tangible and intangible items that benefit your operations and generate cash flow. But your most overlooked, yet most valuable business asset is your customer and prospect database. Here's something to think about. How much have you spent acquiring qualified leads over the years? There are always big numbers being thrown out there when it comes to how much leads cost. Some say it's around $100 a lead, some say $50, and others claim that quality leads cost over $200. There are many factors that affect lead cost above and beyond your specific marketing campaign expenses. You've got to include equipment overhead, office space, labor to qualify leads, communication expenses, and more. But whatever number you assign to what it costs to get your sales rep sitting down in front of a homeowner, it's never cheap. Now, consider how many of those names you have stored on your computer, spreadsheets, or your lead and appointment book. Is it 6,500 names? 25,000? Over 50,000? These are all homeowners who have made an inquiry with your company, or sat for an appointment, or have bought from you in the past. Whether you have 6,500 or 50,000 names in your customer database, many don't think to add up what it has cost to generate their list. Let's just say the average cost for a qualified lead, homeowners with the need and the means to make a purchase, is $200. Even if you believe your leads have cost you $50 each, we're still talking about a lot of cash invested in generating more business for your company. Now, it's a lot easier to see why a customer database is worth so much and should be considered your biggest asset. Here's one of our customers, and they have a huge database, built up over 25 plus years and going strong. As you can see, they've spent a lot of money on leads. To be honest, your customer database is worthless. But wait, we just said it's a huge business asset. Here's the truth. Your customer data really doesn't have value unless it's in the context of a business process that can generate revenue. If you don't market, sell, or service your past prospects and customers, then your database is truly worthless. Many home improvement companies, without knowing the homeowners in their database are the lifeblood of their business, fail to market to them and leave their list to collect dust in the back of a filing cabinet. Why not indulge your customer database? Take it out on a date once in a while. As it costs about 8 times as much to bring in a new customer than it does to resell a current one, there is no reason why these leads should fall by the wayside. They should be the main focus of your marketing efforts. You must continue to communicate with them by engaging them on social media, emailing them about new products and services you offer, and piquing their interests with discounts and promotions. Without taking the initiative to make them feel valued, they have no incentive to remain loyal. While it's not on the balance sheet, your customer database could undoubtedly be the biggest revenue creator and contributor to your bottom line. Home improvement companies that want to grow or expand their profits usually spend a lot of money and resources seeking out new customers and new leads. To generate leads, they use canvassing, direct mail, call centers, trade shows, and other methods to reach new prospects. But these methods take up time, money, and energy to do correctly. Let's look at how you can use your customer database to earn more. There are 4 powerful processes to save money and increase sales: recycle, rehash, repeat, and request referrals. Customer database marketing means having a sales process in place so you can continue to nurture the qualified leads that never bought from you or never sat for an appointment. These homeowners may have inquired about your services, but either hired another home improvement company or decided not to tackle their project. Of the 4 processes, this is the most difficult concept to get sales reps, managers, and even owners to buy into because it seems like a waste of time. But consider that these people are still leads. They own a home, they're likely not do-it-yourselfers, and they still may have a project that needs to be completed, or they'll have projects coming up in the future. Research has shown 80% of your marketing budget goes to waste because leads are not ready to buy, and there's no system or process in place that gives your reps the discipline to follow up. But nurturing your leads long-term allows you to increase the return on your marketing investments. Nurturing means keeping your leads in the loop. You share information with them over time using email, direct mail newsletters or coupons, social media, and phone calls. If you stagger the times you send and vary the methods of communication, you won't turn the homeowners off. And when you send them educational material, you're building trust and proving you are an expert. When they're ready to buy, your company will be top of mind with prospects and they will call you. Rehashing is very similar to recycling when it comes to lead management. Rehash leads are the prospects that have shown an interest in your services and even sat for a demo. They decided not to buy for various reasons, financing for example, but definitely had a need and a desire to hire you. These leads are significantly warmer than your recycled leads that never sat for an appointment. They've had a face-to-face meeting with your people and a relationship was developed, and they're aware of your products and services. Here's how it typically works. When you generate leads, you'll see a bell curve in your results. About 20 to 25% of your leads are sales ready. Those are the ones you close after an appointment. You might be higher or lower, depending on your products or services or location. But about 45% to 55% are not sales ready. They want to do it, but factors keep them from signing the contract. You need to know that 40 to 55% of this group will eventually buy within 12 to 18 months. The rest will probably never make a purchase because they are unable or unwilling to make a commitment. Of that group that eventually does buy, don't you want your company to be there when they become sales ready? This is rehash marketing to your customer database, and it's very lucrative for the best in-class home improvement businesses that nurture those leads. The repeat strategy is when you market to your past customers. This should easily be your strongest revenue generator. You're reaching back out to homeowners who already know you and your work. But so many companies ignore their previous clients, even though they might have a strong need for additional products or services. Always think of your customers as prospects. Include them in your nurturing efforts. Reach out to them on social media, send them exclusive offers via email, mail them your latest brochure that introduces a new product, call to see how they're doing with the products you've installed, and even send them birthday cards. Do what you can to let them know you're still out there and still want their business. Your bottom line will thank you. By setting reminders to reach out to your customers to ask for referrals, you can generate very warm leads from people who are recommending you. But you must make this a required step in your sales and marketing processes. This is a great strategy for companies that only install one type of product, like a bath system, or your lone product that lasts a long time, like a roof. It allows you to still generate business from past clients by marketing to your database. Even if you install several product lines, you should always set a reminder to follow up with customers 3, 6, or 12 months later to see if they can refer a friend or family member. When you have a happy customer, they're likely to pass along several names to you. Because they know you, their word is gold to everyone who hears it. You can also use this opportunity to ask for testimonials and reviews. If the homeowners have no one to refer, they could always write down a recommendation to use on your website and in your direct mail pieces. You might even get 1 or 2 willing to do a video testimonial for even greater impact. And if you can email customers links to your online review pages, such as Angie's List, Yelp, Google Local, or Yahoo Local Business Listings, you'll make it easy for them to sing your praises. Everyone touts all the various benefits of technology, business processes, and the refocusing of your marketing. You read many of these benefits on a bullet point list, such as this. While they are true, if done correctly, many home improvement owners don't believe marketing fluff like this. And no matter how many statistics are thrown into the mix, there is still much eye rolling. So let's take a look at a real world example. This replacement contractor is one of the largest customers of Improve It 360. They have over 450,000 leads in their database. They have focused on the 4R strategy: recycle, rehash, repeat, and request referrals, and here are their results. First, their recycled leads, inquiries that came in but never sat for an appointment. They used the Improve It 360 system to sort prospects based on product interest and issued leads to their sales reps. The reps were able to sell a percentage of those leads and generated real revenue. Here are the percentages based on those improvements. As you can see, in 2011, these recycled leads accounted for 5.3% of total revenue. By 2013, they accounted for 14.1% of the total revenue earned, all from prospects that never sat for an appointment. Second, let's look at their rehash lead results. Rehashes are homeowners who sat for an appointment but didn't buy from them. Leads were issued and the amount grew each year. The success was mixed, not as many rehash leads were sold, but there was still significant revenue earned. Here are the percentages for the rehash leads. In 2011, the rehash leads were 6.6% of total revenue. And by 2013, the total percentage was up to 8.2%. Finally, let's take a look at the repeat revenue numbers. Repeat leads are the customers who have already made a purchase from this company. And repeat leads should always be the strongest segment because they've worked with the company before. With repeat prospects, there were more leads issued, more sales, and higher revenue. Here are the percentages. By 2013, nearly 19% of all revenue generated came from repeat customers buying again from the company. And you'll notice that the overall changes from year to year were up. Finally, let's take a look at the amount of new leads they generated along with the totals for all 3 years. The leads, less than 6 months old, are all the new prospects that the company generated with their website, trade shows, canvassing, and various other marketing activities. In the first year, the recycle, rehash, and repeat leads improved revenues by $3.5 million. But by 2013, this strategy accounted for over $7 million in sales. And here's something interesting. Because these leads were nurtured over a period of time and the company was able to build trust, the recycled prospect's average sale was always at or above the average revenue per sale on the new leads. And by 2013, they were 19% higher. For this particular customer, they do not have figures from the request referral strategy because this one is so much harder to track and they've just implemented the program. However, they will be able to see their results when they run lead source reports on how many new sales were generated by the referral source. Finally, there's proof that this Big 50 remodeler was not spending more on generating new leads each year. Even though total revenue was constantly increasing, the company was bringing in the same amount of new leads each year. Overall revenue was increasing year over year, but the number of leads less than 6 months old remained constant. So they were not only earning more from leads they'd already purchased, but they were saving money on their marketing spend, which dramatically boosted their profit margin. As we've shown, there is so much value hidden in your most important asset, the customer and prospect database. And taking advantage of that asset helps you save money. So, the return on investment is obvious. Higher revenue plus lower cost equals greater profit. In our example, we have a rather large Big 50 remodeler that has taken advantage of technology to automate and enforce best practices. But we have other examples of small and medium-sized companies in a variety of home improvement fields that have benefited from utilizing the 4 R's to generate more leads, close more deals, and earn more. Even without a database and a lead management system like Improve It 360, you can still recycle, rehash, repeat, and request referrals from all your leads, especially your past customers. It requires a documented process to be in place that asks your sales and marketing team to follow industry best practices. Without a system, there's more manual work needed and more follow-up required to make sure your people follow those processes. But it can and should be done. You spent so much acquiring all of your leads and customers in your database. Get as much as you can from them with the money you've invested. Even if they didn't buy from you on the initial inquiry, most of them still have the need and are waiting to hear from you and your team. Make sure you're the company right in front of them when they're ready to buy.